This week, the AI world shook. Not in Beijing, not in Paris, but in San Francisco. OpenAI just dropped not one, not two, but three massive bombshells all at once. And the shockwave is rippling through every corner of the industry, from startups in garages to boardrooms in Fortune 500 companies. These aren't just whispers or vague teasers. They're real, battle-tested advancements that are already outperforming rivals and reshaping how we think about artificial intelligence. We're talking about GPT-5 Codex, a powerhouse coding AI that can grind through complex projects for hours on end, a stealthy revival of their robotics program after years in hibernation, and the most comprehensive study ever on how hundreds of millions of people are weaving ChatGPT into their daily lives. It's a trifecta that signals OpenAI isn't just playing catch-up, they're setting the pace for the next era of AI. Stay with me, because at the end of this video, you'll dive deep into how these game-changing releases could fundamentally reshape the future of AI and why it matters to you. Whether you're a solo developer hacking away at midnight, a business leader optimizing workflows, a robotics hobbyist tinkering in your basement, or just an everyday user relying on AI for quick advice on everything from recipes to career moves, well, unpack the tech, the benchmarks, the real-world implications, and even the bigger geopolitical chess game at play, the shockwave across AI. For months now, the headlines have been dominated by Eastern giants like Alibaba's Qwen 3 Max and Moonshot AI's trillion-parameter behemoths, or Western contenders like Anthropic's Claude 4 and Google's Gemini updates. Everyone was buzzing about scaling laws hitting walls, open source versus closed ecosystems, and the endless debate on AI safety. But then, seemingly out of nowhere, though if you've been following Sam Altman's cryptic tweets, maybe not so surprising, OpenAI unleashed GPT-5 Codex. This isn't your run-of-the-mill code completion tool. It's a specialized version of GPT-5, fine-tuned exclusively for software engineering tasks. And it's now the default engine powering the entire Codex ecosystem, from command-line interfaces to web apps, VS Code extensions, and even mobile integrations. What makes GPT-5 Codex a true shockwave? It's built to act like a relentless coding partner that doesn't clock out after a few minutes. Picture this. You throw it a massive project end-to-end test for eightness, like building a full-stack app from scratch, complete with features, tests, and integrations, and it can autonomously iterate, debug, refactor, and test for over 7 hours straight. No fatigue, no context loss, just pure adaptive persistence. In internal tests, it dynamically adjusts its thinking time. For simple queries, it zips back in seconds. For gnarly enterprise-level refactors, it settles in for the long haul, fixing errors, running simulations, and delivering polished, compilable code. And the benchmarks. They're not cherry-picked fluffing. These are real-world gauntlets. On the SWE Bench Verified, a brutal set of 500 software engineering tasks pulled straight from open-source GitHub issues, GPT-5 Codex scored a whopping 74.5% accuracy. That's just a hair above GPT-5's 72.8%. But in this arena, every point counts because these aren't toy problems. They're actual bugs and fixes from mature codebases like Django or TensorFlow repos. The real leaf shines in refactoring tests. GPT-5 hit 33.9%, but Codex crushed it at 51.3%. We're talking about overhauling sprawling codebases without introducing new bugsag, something that used to take human teams days or weeks. Developers who got early access are raving. One shared on X how it reviewed a 10,000-line pull request, catching 95.6% of issues with high-impact comments jumping from 39.4% in GPT-5 to 52.4% here, all while cutting incorrect feedback from 13.7% down to a mere 4.4%. It's more concise 2.93 comments per PR versus 1.32, meaning less noise, more signal. Inside OpenAI itself, it's already vetting the majority of pull requests, nabbing hundreds of problems daily before humans even glance at them. Adoption exploded. Within 2 hours of launch, Sam Altman tweeted it was handling 40% of Codex traffic, surging toward 50% by day's end. But it's not all roses. Some devs are griping about subscription costs since access ties into ChatGPT Plus, Pro, Business, Edu, and Enterprise plans. Plus and Edu give a few sessions weekly. Pro spreads it across projects for a full work week. Enterprise offers pooled credits. Soon, API keys will unlock it directly for CLI users. The ecosystem upgrades are just as seismic. The CLI got a full rebuild around agentic workflows. Now you can share screenshots, wireframes, or charts to build context without walls of text. It tracks to-do lists, integrates tools like web search or MCP for external APIs, and sports a cleaner UI with diffs and tool calls. Approval mode simplified to 3. Read only with explicit nods, auto with workspace limits, or full access for network commands. Memory management improved too, compacting conversation states for marathon sessions. The IDE extension plugs seamlessly into VS Code, Cursor, and Forks, using open files or highlighted code for smarter, shorter prompts. Cloud tasks got a 90% speed boost via container caching. Auto setup scans install scripts, and configurable internet lets it pip install dependencies on the fly. Front-end wise, upload design specs or bug shots, and Codex spins up a browser, iterates on UI, then attaches result screenshots to tasks or GitHub PRs. Safety's front and center, sandboxed by default. No network unless allowed, with full audits via citations, logs, and tests. OpenAI stresses it's a collaborator, not a replacer. Always get human sign-off. A double strike, robotics revival, and usage insights. But OpenAI didn't stop at coding. In the same whirlwind week, they quietly reignited their robotics arm, dormant since 2020 when data shortages forced a shutdown. Job postings popped up in January. But now, Wired reports confirm a full ramp-up, hiring experts in teleoperation, simulation, sensing, and prototyping like Stanford's Chen Yuli, a humanoid household robot whiz. Signals scream general-purpose humanoids, robots that mimic human form and function, potentially accelerating AGI by bridging digital smarts with physical world interactions. It's not outright confirmed, but the dots connected. Imagine AI agents not just writing code, but embodying it in robots that fold laundry, assemble gadgets, or assist in labs. And for the third strike, OpenAI's Econ team, partnering with Harvard's David Deming, dropped the largest ever study on ChatGPT usage, dissecting 1.5 million conversations from roughly 700 million weekly active users. So subscribe to Bonbon AI Global today. In the next videos, it'll bring you hands-on live tests, apples-to-apples comparisons, and in-depth breakdowns that pit GPT-5 Codex, the robotics resurgence, and ChatGPT's real-world insights against Qwen 3 Max, Claude 4, and beyond, not in abstract theory, but in gritty practical action you can apply right away. The AI future isn't waiting, and neither should you. Drop your thoughts below. What excites or worries you most about this OpenAI triple threat? Hit like, share, and it'll catch you in the next one.